it's not just about rescue because it's not about the fun and the games. It's all about sharing information in regards to how you treat your pets, sometimes the acquisition of your pets. And in this segment, this forum, we'll be talking about animal adoption and rescue. And aptly themed, Rescue Me, Tales of Love and Adoption. I have three lovely ladies on stage with me, and I'm going to ask each of them to just introduce themselves, give us just a brief history of who you are, so we can get the forum started. I will start from furthest from my right. She has a lapel mic on, so you can just speak.
Hello everyone, my name is Nejla. I started Save the Strays Jamaica back in 2014. One of the reasons was I was watching really closely the Animal House, Maureen Sheridan, who we call the head angel, for those who know rescue. And I'm happy to be visiting a business on Dunbarton Avenue, and I came across this house with a gate that had no measurement. Puppies were in the street, cars were going by at 50 miles an hour. So I took it on myself and talked to the owner about keeping the puppies safe. And he said, no, one died yesterday, this other one under the tree, the mango tree is about to die. A car visited him 30 minutes ago. But he had no intention of making a change to their ability to get out. So I grabbed that puppy, took him to Noah's Ark. Dr. Joseph put a pin in his leg and rehabilitated him, and now he lives in Canada. And he's a street dog. He lives on a hot farm with 5 other dogs and tons of animals. He's very happy. So those things really brought me to always wanting to be a part of the rescue, a part of the solution for animals and care, and also getting them adopted as fast as possible once they've been rescued.
So I'll move over to the next lady to her left. She's wearing the shirt that says Montego Bay Animal Haven. Could you introduce yourself a little bit, please?
Yes. Hi, I'm Sabrina Hector. I run Montego Bay Animal Haven. We've been rescuing animals since 2009. If you remember back in the beginning of 2021, the 144 dogs that went to Canada, those were 144 our dogs.
Oh, so if we have dogs that need to travel, we should just...
We can help.
All right. And to my immediate right?
Hello, my name is Kimberly Ali. I'm a teacher, and I am normally a cat person, but now after rescuing my dog Rugby, I'm finally a dog mom.
Finally a dog mom. All right, so we're going to jump right into the forum topic. We'll talk about rescue a little bit later on, but let's talk about the adoption process. Now, this is something that can be life-changing for both the animal and the owner. Now, I'm going to throw this question to the ladies to the end of me. Tell me some of the most important and significant barriers that owners can face, and how can we encourage more persons to adopt?
Some of the barriers is just, we have a habit of speaking to them in our language, like sit, walk, go to bed, and we think that they automatically understand what we're saying. We have to actually take the time and know the protocol of how to train them to figure out what we want, and not just get angry at them because they're not reacting instantly. And the other thing with adoption is there's a lot of people that don't realize certain foods that we love kills dogs or cats. For example, chocolate, broccoli, onions. We cook up the food with all this onion in it and everything, and we never relate it to feeding it to our animals and what will possibly happen to them. It could be a high vet bill, or it could be a good one. So there are also mitigating circumstances. Are there children in the house? What's the temperament A lot of cats and dogs get along, but then again, a lot don't, or even birds. So you have to really look at the environment that they're coming into and how it will fit for the whole family.
Did you have anything to add?
Yes, I think, well, not just in adopting, but pet ownership is realizing that there is a possibility. Like, you know, when you adopt a dog, you are adopting typically a healthy dog. So you don't necessarily think in the future, like, oh, what if something happens and I need to take it to the vet? So a lot of people don't consider even monthly maintenance of dogs, flea and tick prevention, so yearly vaccines, all those kinds of things. So a lot of people don't take that into consideration and they get the dog and the dog gets sick or injured or fight or hit by a car and they're like, well, now I'm just gonna give away or just abandon the dog. So it's definitely something you need to consider adding any living being to your family. What if there's an emergency? What if something happens to you? Who's going to take care of the dog? What if you have to go in the hospital? Right? So a lot of the times people just get these dogs, not even just rescues, like buy dogs and they don't think long term. They're just like, oh, I'm not missing out. That is not a living, breathing being that depends solely on you. So you have to budget or set aside or get pet insurance or something and have like a contingency plan or something.
Let me throw this quickly out there because when you speak of adoption, is adoption the same thing as a friend or a family member has multiple dogs and they're giving one to you?
So typically, in the world of rescue, we always like to say adopt don't shop, which is where we promote people adopting a rescue versus buying from a breeder. If it's difficult, if it's a dog that a friend has rescued and they're trying to find a new home for it, then yes, that would be considered adoption. It's rehoming.
So adoption is mainly used if there was a rescue involved.
Yeah.
Nobody really wants that dog. We just have an owner that's a healthy dog and it's just searching for a new home. That's adoption. So we kind of have that defined.
Yeah. Because I do see sometimes breeders saying, oh, this dog is available for adoption. And I'm like, no, you're selling it. That's different. And so people think they're adopting a dog, and I'm like, it's nothing technical.
If you're exchanging the dog for money.
Well, no, because every rescue and animal organization has adoption fees. But if you're paying 30, 40, $110,000 for a dog, you're not adopting your dog.
Maybe it's an expensive adoption process.
No, adoption, and that's the other thing too, adoption fees are, honestly, they're a contribution. They're not going to cover the cost of what we have put into getting the dog to be healthy. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in vet bills, food bills, housing, whatever it takes. And you pay a $5,000 adoption fee, or sometimes less, because sometimes we have like discounted adoption fees on seniors and all those kinds of things. So that's just a contribution. That's just showing you have the intention of really being invested in this stuff. So yeah.
I have one more question I'm going to throw to both of you before I move over to the lovely lady beside me, because she's going to talk about her rescue. When you talk about adoption, a lot of persons opt to get dogs from persons who they know, like a friend or a family member. Tell me one strategy you think should be implemented or explored when it comes down to adoption, and that should be the first thought.
So, what exactly are your requirements? Is it a small dog that you can put in the person, as you see, walk around, dress up, play doll with? Or is it a bigger dog? Is it a protection you want it to bark when the neighbor passes you? That happened with a dog I gave away recently where he's like, you won't bark, you just won't bark. Because I didn't realize he drove into the hand over 20 other dogs and he was so comfortable. Alarm bells didn't go off the way another dog went. So you really have to engage the person in or that person really needs to think about their family. Do they travel a lot? Are they going abroad a lot? Or is there someone there, a caregiver, who will be good to their dog? Because sometimes caregivers aren't. So you need it with a person you think is helping with your house, and then you're going automatically know how to help your animal and you don't. So it's a lot. Everybody else wants to tell me.
I think the biggest thing when it comes to adoption is that you're saving a life. Because these dogs are rescued from the streets in the worst conditions usually. Most of ours are rescued from terrible conditions, whether it's abuse, neglect, injuries, illness, whatever. So, you're saving a life. And yes, there are sometimes underlying traumas and stuff that we may not know, because we have dogs that are like they're protective of their food, their toys, their environment, those kinds of things. And it's coming from, the environment they grew up in. So that's a big thing to consider when you're adopting. Like, meet the dog, have it like even bring it to meet your other dog, or have your dogs come to meet it and see how they interact. And then also, consider what's this dog's personality like, and the fit in with my home. But the biggest thing is that you're saving a life.
And that's what happened. We talk about saving your life. We move into rescue. Because adoption is one thing, when you talk about rescue, that's pretty much getting the dog out of a more balanced situation. And this is where the first play in your life. Because we're telling you about this dog who is a rescue for you. Can you share us a little bit the backstory about what happened? Because you said you were a cat person first. Now you're a dog mom. So tell us about that process, sir.
I was at school. We were having devotion, and this dog, because he was really mean, right? He just didn't have any coat on him. He was so mean, and the kids were scattering, and then he just came up to me, my classroom, because we were having devotion. So I took him up, but I have a dog in my classroom. I went for the dog, took him up, and put him in a box. And ask the staff to, get milk. I don't know about, as I said, I'm a cat person.
Right.
So it was during school time, and they didn't want to drink anything, no water or anything like that. And so after school, because my nephew goes to the school as well, we just left school and went to the JCC in Beaumont. And the vet said, wow, I don't think this dog gonna make it, And she gave me some medication. We were at a low cost. I think she just charged me $1,000. And I said, well, because I know, as I said, I'm not a bad person. I said, what do I do with it? Can you keep it? Or she said, no, we don't do that. You just keep him for 10 days and see what will happen. And I kept him for 10 days. I was planning on giving him away. I didn't love with the dog. The dog came back 10 days after, and the vet says, is the same dog this? The dog said this can't be the same dog, because the dog is totally cold and all. And I was just saying, God give us the ability to take care of animals, so we should. And so, yeah.
So in that first 10 days, it was really a touch and go period. How much of your time did you have to invest in the dog? What was the name of the dog?
His name is Rugby.
Rugby?
Rugby, the sport.
Rugby.
Oh. I play the sport rugby, so
so rugby. How much time did you have to put into rugby?
Well, I'm a
Let's
teacher.
Get to the first 10 days.
So I'm a teacher, so I ensure that, because the vet said I should bathe him. So in the morning, I have to wipe him down, bathe him, give him some food. He didn't eat the first day, And they said, just leave him, he will get familiar with the place. I left him on my veranda, She in the place where you don't get to run over anything. And left, went to work, come back, walking. Let him get used to the environment and so forth. And I did that for 10 days, take care of him. I started seeing eating. I started seeing jumping up and down, happy. And I'm like, I can't see that this way. I never want to eat, never want to do nothing. I thought I wanted to drink water. So it's just good to just see that change. Dogs really have personalities, and he's just a great pet. a great guy.
Would you ever go to the rescue process again?
Well, I love animals, it's just that I don't know if I would have another dog or this dog because I'm just so overprotective. Even today, I don't dog snap animal. I'm like, I want to stay away from the dog. So, maybe I'm not sure, but definitely if I see an animal in need, because even with my cats, all my cats were rescued. My last cat died, he was 17 years old, I had him from high school.
Wow.
17 and got to put him down because of kidney failure. And he was 17 years old. So I love animals. I'm always rescuing. I don't go there and say, oh, I want that. Let's always continue. I don't know. So.
Alright, so we're gonna do this for very long. When we spoke about adoption, we spoke about rescue. When you combine it both, and we're talking about human beings caring for these animals who in turn love us back and their personalities. I want each of you, before we wrap, to just tell me what is the most fulfilling moment that you've had with a pet that you've either adopted or rescued?
So currently I have 19 dogs on the ranch.
You need a ranch for 19 dogs.
So what is fulfilling is just watching how they manage each other. Some are 3 months, 6 and 3 months old. 3 are 6 months old. The rest age 1 to 5 or 6. So when you get a rescue on the street, you can never really be sure how old you get them.
Right.
They can check their teeth, but it's not a perfect time. So they're all sizes. The biggest one is 75 pounds. The smallest one is 5 pounds. So it's really fun watching them all get along and all learn each other, learning how to go everywhere, and also learning the humans in their midst that they also have to pay attention to. So it brings me joy. I laugh a lot, and I take a lot of videos.
Alright. Apart from the one you're important for you send to Canada.
Yeah. I tend to foster bottle baby kittens. So I raise them from their newborns, just like a day old, until they get adopted. So recently I raised a pair that I had from they were maybe 6 days old at most. And so I, bottle fed them every 2 hours to 3 hours for a couple of weeks.
Every 3 hours that means
Every 3 hours, round the clock. I have to take them on the road with me. So I put them in a little pet backpack. And I take them everywhere with me. And I kind of formula and bottle them everything. And just recently they were adopted and they went to Canada. And so they're living their best life in Canada.
Did you feel sad when you're adopted and
Yeah, it's bittersweet, but I know that the life that they're going to have is better than what I could give them. Being how busy I am and all the animals I have to take care of, and they wouldn't get the one-on-one attention they get in a home. And one of them went to a home with a couple that had never had cats before. They came to Jamaica, were staying at the resort, and fell in love with this kitty. And I was like, I can send this cat for you. So I did, but while he was at my house getting ready to travel, he fell in love with one of his 2 kittens, and they were like best friends. And I was like, when you take this kitty, you're gonna need another one, so you know where to find me. And after maybe a week of him being there, they were like, please send the next one. So now they're back together, and it was like because they had to wait I think maybe a month before the little one was big enough to fly. And once they were reunited, they were a little unsure of each other at first, and then they remembered each other, and they sleep all day together, play all day together, terrorize the dogs together, and they're living their best life. And his sister was adopted within that same family, but she's been treated like a princess. Her mom works from home, so she just lays out on the computer table all day with her, and she's just spoiled one.
Okay. Alright. And tell us, Rugby, the best experience with Rugby.
The best experience is just seeing turn out to be a great dog. His personality is awesome. He's not a bad dog. However, he is a protector because, as I said, they say neighbors pass. Even my neighbors come to me and say, you know, say, Lord, watch my house too. And I was like, oh, why you say that? Because any stranger pass, he barks. If I'm around the back and somebody come to me, I don't think, nobody has to say king. Just know that he's running, go, and I go to them. So just his personality, he's so loving, he loves children, he's just not aggressive. So I love that to see that dog that was mange and sick and might not make it, as the vet said. It's more putting me on a platform here to talk about his story. So it's just amazing. Doing the right thing is always good.
It's always good. Do we have any questions? Do we have anybody who will have any questions about adoption, about rescue, the process, anything at all? You have one question? Okay. Can I have one microphone, please?
Hi, my name is Tiffany. If someone wants to help, it's a normal person. Will I be possible and how would they go about doing it?
So if you like in terms of rescuing an animal yourself, assisting the rescue animal.
With yes, support what you guys.
Oh, like if we need help to rescue an animal. Typically, yes, it's a difficult situation because right now the haven is over capacity. So until we get some more dogs adopted, we really and we want us to like a super situation. But we always give people like the resources of where they can take the dogs to if they can't take them to us. The JSPCA is a good option. It's right on Winchester Road, and then there's one in Portmore as well. There are low cost vet clinics, and I always tell people like, if you find an animal and you want to help this animal, whether it's to rescue it, get it off the streets, find it a home, if you can foster it and look after it and keep it at your house and all of that, like we can provide you with the support to get it vaccinated and get it fixed. Can even to provide you with support for food, but in terms of like housing it, that's where we have difficulties.
Well, also, I have. Well, as I said, for rescue, other than rugby, I normally, because as I said, I love animals. There are about two dogs that normally, because I'm walking my dog, I walk my dog daily. They always come, and all the probably was a puppy, so two on the puppy skin, and I feed them, not to say take care of them. And it's like my neighbors even say they need two more leashes because they're at my gate waiting, they protect the house at night. So I'm like, just take it, rather than abusing an animal, run it, throwing stones at it and so, you can always just be nice to it, feed it, you know what I mean? So that is just, to me, you don't have to just house it and everything, but caring for that animal. Because it shows that you're, a loving person. So that's something that I do.
Kindness is free.
Yeah.
And kindness is absolutely true. And the final thing.
Sometimes when you're on the mile on the street and you catch a dog, it's going to be skittish, it may be wanting to bite because it doesn't know your intention or what's happening. So the equipment used is important, and also that the person who's helping understands what to do when, because sometimes you have to back off and then take time and then lunch. That's a better word. It's a strategy. And you have to know the strategy. You can't be like skittish or uncertain in a certain space because that split second you have to catch that animal or the opportunity is lost.
Alright, thank you so much, ladies, for sharing. If you have any further questions, they'll be around, so seek them out, ask the questions. So on stage we have the owners, but the most important we have Rugby. And what's the name of your dog that you're doing? Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
this is Rusty.
Rusty, Rugby, Rusty, and
Simba.
Simba.
Simple.
Simba. Rugby, Rusty, Simba, and their owners. Thank you so very much. She's up for adoption? Oh, so if somebody wants to adopt Rusty, you can speak. Monthly, and her booth is here, Monthly Animal Day. Thank you, ladies.
I have 9 puppies ready for adoption.
So you have 9 puppies,
Yes.
and she has 3 dogs. She's not adopted anymore. Not right now. Thank you so much. Over to
Hopefully
you.
if you like a puppy.
And where can persons find you?
On Facebook, say this is Jamaica, but you can come up to me and I will get your contact.
Okay, good. And you can go and engage. Your points here.
Random giveaway.
I know. Oh, it's a random engage giveaway. All right. Thank you, ladies, so very much. Mr. DJ can play some music. We have a giveaway right before. 2 giveaways. 30 seconds engage. Quickly, come. Come quickly, and get back to our activities. What was the first question? All the one else. Not a question?
So for persons who have participated from your register, we're going to do a random giveaway. So just listen out, look on the phone, the gaming platform, and see if you need something.
So for persons who went over to the Engage booth, scan the QR code that was there and is actually engaged with the game.